Welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about Altaley Mining Corporations. It's a mining company. We're going to do a deep dive into this company. First, the tickers in the US are ATLYF, the TSX is ATLY, the FSC is TSGA. So we're going to dig right into this company, find out exactly what they're mining, where they're mining, and how they are doing financially. And then of course, look at the charts and find out how they're doing technically, and is there room for this company to grow more. So this is Altaley Mining Corporation. It's a Canadian-based mining company with two 100% owned Mexican gold, silver, and base metal mining projects. Those of you that like these mining companies, pay close attention because these are wild stallions. Altaley provides its investors uncorrelated exposure to the mining sector with a defensive asset class linked to precious metal returns and a cyclical return asset class, base metals, zinc, lead, and copper. So they have two mining facilities. The first one is Campo Morado, is a polymetallic underground operation located in the state of Guerrero, Mexico, with infrastructure, installations, and equipment capable of processing 2,500 TPD of ore. And then they also have the Tahueto mine, which is a 2497 hectare property covering at least 12 mineralized zones, hosted within a structurally controlled epithermal system that has been traced for more than 6 kilometers. Now, when I do these deep dives on these companies, I like to click everywhere. I like to find these investor presentations, these fact sheets, these investment highlights, so I could get a quick understanding of what exactly the company does. So that's what we're looking at right here. This is the investment highlights. You can find this on mostly all these companies' websites. Current and ongoing cash flow generation at Campo Morado. That's a super green flag that they're generating cash flow. Near-term growth, expected to commence production in 2021. Long-term upside from exploration at both properties. Exposure to LATAM's mining sector in both base and precious metals. Successful management and technical team. Now let's first dig into the Tahueto gold mine. So right on the front page, you can see the stats here of the mine. I like to dig into the details deeper. The Tahueto mine located in Durango, Mexico is set to be one of the top 3 grade gold mines in production in Mexico. So that is nice. They're providing exposure to precious metals and excellent growth potential to the company. It's ATLY's flagship asset, where over $30 million has been invested between exploration, pre-feasibility study, and mine development. A 1,000 TPD processing plant is currently under construction that will allow the project to begin commercial production by 2022. Construction is expected to be completed during 2021. And then we have the Campo Morado mine. Stats here. Campo Morado is a fully operational asset that brings a consistent cash flow to the firm and provides exposure to base metal markets. Campo Morado is an underground multi-metal mine with infrastructure, installations, and equipment capable of processing 2,500 tons of ore per day. Now, at this Campo Morado mine, they're looking to expand the output by 150%, so that's a massive increase as well. So the Campo Morado mine is the 6th largest zinc concentrate producer in Mexico. Underground 2,000 TPD mining operation. A lot of green flags here. Over here, construction of 1,000 TPD operation is 65%. So from what I just read, I think that they're going to be done by sometime this year. They're getting close, 65% completion. So a lot of good stats here. Fully financed growth, low cost expansion, optimizing mine plans, near mine resource growth, and district scale properties. So more about the Tahueto, fully funded and near production, finalized, $25 million in funding, initial production near end of 2021. Revenue breakdown, 69% gold, 12% silver, 19% base metals. Path to increase resources, reserves to double or triple size of operation. So here's a look at their production. They're increasing precious metal production. Over the first 4 years of operations, Tahueto is forecast to add 30,000 ounces of annual gold production plus silver and base metal byproducts. Upon commercial production at Tahueto, Altaley will transition to a primary precious metals producer. In 2022, revenue from gold and silver production is forecast to make up 59% of net revenue, up 35% from 2021. So their outlook looks really good. They're looking to grow across the board consistently. Here's a look at the construction at Tahueto. Underground development is 90%. Grinding and crushing areas have reached advanced stage. So you could see the process of them completing this and getting closer to the start of production. Here's a cool look at the Campo Morado operations, the camp and dining facilities, concentrate being loaded for delivery. Very cool that they provide all these photos. Sometimes it's even hard to see this on other mining companies. Here's a look at Campo Morado's strong production growth. Operations at Campo Morado have ramped up significantly since restarting operations in June 2020. In Q2 2021, net concentration revenue increased by 36% over Q1 2021. So just in one quarter, 36%. That is a big jump. We continue to see strong gains in throughput, average grades, and process recoveries. In Q2 2021, average gold and silver recoveries increased by 50% and 23% respectively. So we already mentioned that. That's a green flag. Let's take a look at the team here. So here's the CEO, Ralph Shearing, and then we have David Rhodes, chairman and director. I actually pulled up a sheet on David Rhodes here. David has over 30 years experience in the finance industry, and as a result has arranged over 10 billion of funding for mining companies across the globe. I mean, look at these numbers: 750 million, 150 million, 210 million, 1.5 billion. So the numbers are astronomical. He has a lot of experience in this field. Let's take a look at the CEO. Ralph Shearing is responsible for the management of public company management and compliance and was Altaley's founder. Mr. Shearing is a graduate of the University of British Columbia with a geology degree, graduating in 1981. Mr. Shearing's experience managing and directing publicly listed companies over the last 32 years, combined with his practical experience in implementing major exploration projects, gives Altaley a director with unique insight, invaluable practical experience, and a well-rounded business approach to a junior resource company. Now, this is what I really like to look at, is how the shares are distributed, where they allocated. And right now, 33% is available to the public, 22% held up by institutions, management and board 33%, close management associates 12%. Two green flags there. This means that the insiders believe in the company, they're holding shares, they have their own money on the line, and institutions are as well. So looking at the chart right now for Altaley Mining, ticker is ATLYF on the American exchange, currently trading at 33 cents. It was down 1.5% on Friday. Volume 41,000 and volume, average volume 57,000. So lighter than usual volume on Friday, and it was down a little bit. So let's take a look here and see what we can find out. RSI is low. Volume is a little mixed. I'm looking at it's almost a year chart. Volume is kind of fading out a little bit. Big pop here. Might have had some news that generated that move up. They're coming back down. But what I do like on this chart here is that they are at a bottom. So what I do is I draw a line here where I see this turnaround. We have some support right here and at the top of right here. So this line is a good line here, and we also have support here. So this means that we can most likely bounce here, which we are already doing. So this would be the bullish move, is that we bounced off of here, and we could test where previous resistance was, where it didn't go past previously, which would be around the 60-cent mark. So we could draw our resistance line right here. We have a resistance here and a resistance here. So I'm just drawing it kind of in the middle. So it could either stop around 57 or make it to 60. So that's where I could possibly pull down, have some chop in that range before it pushes higher if this is the bullish scenario. Bearish scenario is it doesn't make it past this mini resistance right here, and we get rejected. So we could push up to 39.40 cents, and then we could pull down and fall below the 28. Then we would be falling much lower down to this support here. So that would be the bearish scenario. So bullish and bearish on the chart. So you are aware of what possibly can happen. These guys are looking to constantly expand, buy other mining companies. Their production is constantly growing. The results are constantly going up. So I don't see a reason why this would go bearish. This should go more bullish. So we're going to see. I'm going to keep an eye on this one, put it on the watch list, and see how they perform over the next coming months. So that's it for Altaley Mining Corp. Check these guys out, ticker ATLYF. So that's it. This is a sponsor video. They reached out to me to talk about this company. They want me to do a deep dive and a review of this company, and that's what I did. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Always do your own research. This is not financial advice. This is just a review and deep dive into the company. So that's it. Hit the subscribe. Don't forget, by hitting that button, it's going to do magical things. It's going to get you a little bit closer to retiring young.